to the LIS News, this is a week 2. All clubs and activities will begin today after school. If you missed the sign up for the clubs, please see the teacher in charge to see if there is still room. And then you can bring your registration and your fee to the front office if you would still like to participate. Last week we had some cold weather and many of you wore jackets, sweatshirts, and coats to keep warm. Please remember the school cold weather policy. Only jackets, sweatshirts, and coats that are the same color as our uniform can be worn. Tops of different colors with large logos or pictures or with stripes are not permitted. And if cold weather does continue in the weeks to come, you will be asked to remove garments that do not comply with the uniform policy. Now the basketball season has begun, and if you're interested in playing but you haven't signed up, you can see Mr. Kirkby, and please make sure you attend practice. Also, the team participating in the soccer tournament later this month at Lyford Key will be practicing on Tuesdays and also on Thursdays after school. So see Mr. Kirkby if you have any questions. And one final note, report cards will be distributed this Thursday at the end of the day. And now, we'll be over to Stevie the Conch Man with our viral video of this week.
Today's viral video is a video all about motivation. It uses jelly beans to show how much you're wasting your life, and basically shows you the importance of making the most out of your free time and your daily routine. Why not start the new year off right? Get up, get motivated, and make 2014 a year to remember.
These are roughly 28,835 jelly beans. I counted out 500 of them and used those to weigh the rest. In this pile, there's one jelly bean for each day that the average American will live. You might have more beans in your life, or maybe less, but on average, this is the time we have. Here's a single bean. It's your very first day. A special day, but kind of a rough day on everyone involved. Add 364 more and you have the first year of your life. Now, for a sense of scale, here are your first 15 years, 5,475 days, which brings us to the threshold of adulthood, and at that moment, this is the time that we have left. And this is, on average, what we will do with all that time. We will be asleep for a total of 8,477 days. If we're lucky, some of that time we'll be sleeping next to someone we love. We will be in the process of eating, drinking, or preparing food for 1,635 days. We'll be at work, hopefully doing something satisfying, for the equivalent of 3,202 of those days. 1,099 days will be spent commuting or traveling from one place to another, maybe a little bit more if you live in LA. On average, we will watch television in one form or another for a total of 2,676 days. Household activities, like chores and tending to our pets and shopping, will take another 1,576 days. And we will care for the needs and well-being of others, our friends and family, for 564 days. We'll spend 671 days bathing, grooming, and doing all other bathroom-related activities, and another 720 days will go to community activities, like religious and civic duties, charities, and taking classes. After we remove all those beans, this is what remains. This is the time that we have left. Time for laughing, swimming, making art, going on hikes, text messages, reading, checking Facebook, playing softball, maybe even teaching yourself how to play the guitar. So what are you going to do with this time? How much of it do you think you've already used up? If you only had half of it, what would you do differently? What about half of that? How much time have you already spent worrying instead of doing something that you love? What if you just had one more day? What are you going to do today?
Now Mateo will bring us a special message about Majority Rule Day.
As you all know, we didn't have school last Friday. This was because we were celebrating Majority Rule Day, a new holiday here in the Bahamas. But what is Majority Rule Day? Basically, when the Bahamas first colonized, it was governed by the UBP, the United Bahamian Party, but in the election of 1967, the PLP, Progressive Liberal Party, won for the very first time, which was an endorsement by the majority of black Bahamians. So 47 years later, we began to celebrate the day when the majority of the Bahamian voices were finally heard. This holiday will continue to be recognized on the 10th of January each year.
In light of the new year, we're now going to show you a special segment where we went around and asked students and teachers alike about their New Year's resolutions.
What is your New Year's resolution for this year?
My New Year's resolution this year is hopefully to explore the Bahamas a little bit more and with a bit of luck get my certification in diving.
To finish the novel that I've been working on.
Well, this year I plan to eat more healthy and have a more active lifestyle, get in shape.
My New Year's resolution is, which actually started from last year, was keeping working at the gym 3 times a week, 2 hours each day. So I hope I can keep it up.
I want to be a better teacher.
My New Year's resolution is to improve my quality of life by doing things that I like more often and by getting rid of a pain I have here for several years. So I'm working on it already. I got some plans and I'm executing the plans. To grow like this tall.
My New Year's resolution is to be bolder.
It was to wash up as I am cooking so that I leave less mess for Mr. Rollinson to clean up afterwards.
To run an ultramarathon, which is more than 26 miles.
My New Year's resolution is to be a better artist.
My New Year's resolution is to eat unhealthy food, exercise less, sit around more on the couch and become a couch potato, explore less of the world, and be a worse teacher.
That's it for this episode of the LIS News. Have a great week.